Assalamu alaikum and good morning, my dear students. So today in this video we are going to see the third part of quadrilaterals, which covers midpoint theorem and also problems related to it. So what we are going to see, so it's not circles, it's midpoint theorem. Okay, so it's quadrilaterals. And we are going to see midpoint theorem. Yes, my dear students, what does the midpoint theorem states? The midpoint theorem states in a triangle, let us say a triangle ABC, and in triangle ABC, suppose take midpoints of any two sides. So the midpoint of AB, let us take it as D, and midpoint of AC, let us take it as E. And the line joining the midpoints of any two sides of a triangle, it is parallel to the third side. This is what midpoint states. So what does midpoint theorem states? That if you join the line joining the midpoints of any two sides, you can take these two sides also or these two sides. Okay, so the line joining any two midpoints, that line joining midpoints of any two sides is parallel to the third side. Understood? So this is midpoint theorem. So here so D is midpoint of AB, and E is midpoint of AC. So then what happens? Then DE, that means the line joining D and E midpoints, is parallel to the third side. So DE is parallel to the third side PC. This is midpoint. So how does the statement, you have to write the statement, line joining the midpoints of any two sides of triangle, any two sides of a triangle is parallel to the third side, parallel to the third side. Got it? So suppose, let me take, this is already a midpoint, so let me take F, it is a midpoint of BC. Now if you join D and F, so you can see that DF is parallel to AC. Got it? So this is the midpoint theorem. Understood? Now let us see the concepts and the problems through which you can solve one. For this, let me go to the practice questions and concepts of quadrilaterals which is given. So exercise 8.2, question number 1. Okay, so let me see this question. Yeah, now so I hope you understood this, right? Now let us see the first question of exercise 8.2, first question. So exercise 8.2, question number 1. So let us see. ABCD is a quadrilateral. ABCD is a quadrilateral. Okay, let me draw the quadrilateral over here. Yeah. Okay. So this is A, B, and C and D are quadrilateral in which P, Q, R and S are midpoints of AB, BC, CD and DA. So PQR. So respectively, that means P is the midpoint of AB. Let us take it as midpoint. And Q is midpoint of BC. R is midpoint of CD. And S is midpoint of AD. Okay. So AC is a diagonal. So he has given AC is a diagonal. Okay, fine. Show that SR is parallel to AC. What is the first one? What we have to show? SR is parallel to AC and it is half of AC. Okay. Now let us SR. Where is SR? This is SR, right? Join the points S and R. So when we join the points S and R, now how to prove SR is parallel to AC? See, SR is parallel to AC. We have heard this somewhere. Where did we hear this? So we heard it in midpoint theorem. What does midpoint theorem states? That if you join the line joining the midpoints of any two sides of a triangle is parallel to the third side. Okay, and the converse of it is, if a line is parallel to any one side of a triangle and if it passes through midpoint of any one side, so it will be it bisects the third side. It is converse of it. So do you see any triangle over there? Yes, we see, sir. What is that? It is this a triangle? It is a triangle, right? So in this triangle, so first one, in triangle DAC, okay, in triangle DAC, that means this triangle. So in this triangle, what happened? S is midpoint of DA and R is midpoint of DC. Is it right? So now the line joining S and R. So by midpoint theorem, by SR is parallel to what is this? AC. It is parallel to AC, right? So this line and this line are parallel, and also midpoint states that, and also SR, the line parallel, will be half of the third side. It is half of the third side. Got it, everybody? So the first one we have proved it. Now what does he says about what you have to find in the second one? In the second one he says that you have to show that PQ is equal to SR. PQ is equal to SR. So where is PQ? PQ is the line joining these 2 points. So how it is parallel to SR? So now try to find out in this triangle, the triangle which I have drawn the design. So what is this triangle? It is BAC. Is it right? So now in triangle BAC, what is P? P is the midpoint of AB. P is midpoint of AB. And Q is what? Q is midpoint of BC. Okay. So now these two are midpoints. So therefore by midpoint theorem, PQ is parallel to AC and PQ will be half of AC. Let me take this as first equation and this one as second equation. Okay. So now what did he ask us to prove? He asked that PQ is equal to SR. So now see, these two are parallel. Now PQ is parallel to AC and also SR is parallel to AC. So did we learn about this parallel lines? In lines and angles we have seen that if two lines are parallel to a common line, if two lines are parallel to a third line, then the two lines are parallel to each other. So from 1 and 2, since SR is parallel to AC and PQ is parallel to AC, that implies SR is parallel to PQ. Did you understand, my dear students? So what is the third one? The third one, PQRS is a parallelogram. And also here SR is equal to half AC. SR is equal to half AC and that is equal to half AC PQ. So that implies SR is equal to PQ. Is it right? And let me write the last step, the third one over here. Okay, the third one we have studied in properties of parallelogram that if one pair of opposite sides in a quadrilateral are parallel and equal, so then that quadrilateral will be a parallelogram. So now if PQRS, if I join, so what does it form? PQRS, it is a quadrilateral. So in a quadrilateral, if one pair of opposite sides are parallel and equal, then it is a parallelogram. Is it right? So let us write this as 3. Now let me write the statement over here. So what is the statement? And let us write it as 4. From 3 and 4, we can say that PQRS is a parallelogram. Understood, my dear students? So since I don't have steps, I have written here and there. So but when you are copying in your notebook, follow the order which I have explained. This one is first, second, third, fourth and fifth. Got it, my dear students? So take care and let us go to the next problem. Now, what is the third question? It is third question. So if ABCD is a rectangle, so what is given? ABCD is a rectangle. Okay, here we have to prove that, and PQRS are midpoints of AB, BC, CD and DA. So we have to prove that PQRS is a rhombus. So when it is a rhombus, okay, we have to prove it is a rhombus. What is the difference between a parallelogram and a rhombus? Just now we have seen that when you join the midpoints of quadrilaterals, the figure which is formed by joining the midpoints is a parallelogram. Just now we have seen it. Okay, so now we have to prove it is a rhombus. So what to do? So the same concept, join A and C, and here join BD also. Okay, so that means here in rectangle we have to use the diagonals. So let us see what are the properties related to diagonals in rectangle. So in rectangle, so what are the properties which are related to diagonals? So the diagonals are equal. AC is equal to BD. So right, okay, in rectangle. Now follow the same steps. And in order to prove it a rhombus, what is the difference between a parallelogram and a rhombus? In parallelogram, only the opposite sides are equal. Okay, opposite sides are equal. Now in rhombus, it is a special parallelogram in which all sides are equal. That means we have to prove that PQ is equal to QR is equal to RS is equal to SP. Let us do the same. So now in triangle, let us take the top one, DAC. In triangle DAC. Okay, so S is midpoint of S is midpoint of AD and DAC, right? DAC. So R is midpoint of CD. Okay, so that implies SR is parallel to AC, and also SR is equal to half AC. And how can you get it? By midpoint theorem. By midpoint theorem. Let us take this as first equation. And similarly, P is a midpoint of AB and Q is midpoint of BC. So therefore PQ is parallel to AC and also PQ is equal to half of AC. So since the same step, similarly in triangle A, B and C. Okay, in triangle ABC. See, if you are unable to visualize it, only draw ABC. Okay, highlight it with your pen. So then you will come to understand. So in triangle ABC, P is midpoint of AB, Q is midpoint of BC. So that implies what is that? PQ. PQ is parallel to AC and PQ is equal to half of AC. Second equation. So from second and first. From second and first, SR is equal to half AC, PQ is equal to half AC. That means SR is equal to PQ. Is it right? The third one. So parallel, because it is already a parallelogram, you can also write, okay, fine. SR is parallel to PQ. Okay, third equation. Now what to do? Sir, in the same way, in triangle DCB, I am talking about this blue diagonal, okay? In triangle DCB. So R is midpoint of DC and Q is midpoint of CB. So from midpoint theorem, RQ is parallel to DB and RQ is equal to half of DB. Understood? So this is fourth equation. Similarly, in triangle this one DAB, in triangle DAB, see in DAB P is midpoint of AB, S is midpoint of DA. So therefore SP is parallel to DB and SP is equal to half of DB. This is fifth equation. Now RQ is parallel to DB, SP is parallel to DB. So that means RQ is parallel to SP, right? And RQ is equal to half DB and SP is equal to half DB. So both are equal. So therefore RQ is equal to SP. So same, right? From fourth and fifth equation, RQ is parallel to SP and RQ is equal to SP. Let us take it as sixth equation. Okay, so let me take this as seventh equation. Okay, from third, sixth and seventh equation. So in third equation, what do you have? SR is equal to PQ. Okay, and from sixth equation, RQ is equal to SP. Okay, now RQ is equal to SP. I'll write a smaller step, one more thing, so that it will be easy to understand. So we got SR is equal to PQ is equal to half AC, right? In the same way, here also RQ is equal to SP is equal to half dB. Now it will be more clearer to you. So first AC is equal to BD. So that means half of AC is equal to half of dB. So that means third and sixth are equal. Is it right? Did you understand? Let me explain one more time. AC is equal to BD. That means half of AC is equal to half of BD. Matlab, if AC is 10, BD is also 10. So what is half of AC? 5. And half of BD? 5. So that means SR is equal to PQ is equal to 5. And in the same way, RQ is equal to SP is equal to 5. So everything, are they equal? So from 3, 6, 7, SR is equal to PQ is equal to RQ is equal to SP. All sides are equal, and we know that PQRS is a parallelogram. PQRS is parallelogram, and it is a parallelogram and all sides are equal. So therefore PQRS is a parallel. It is a rhombus. Did you understand, my dear students? I hope you understood it. And if you are unable to understand, and if you have any doubt in any of one of the step, you please message me or comment in the video. I'll explain you in detail. Okay, please do it once you have completed seeing this video. Okay, seeing till this part, you pause it and write the steps accordingly. Inshallah, you can do it, okay, without seeing. So the fourth question is like this. ABCD is a trapezium. Okay, let me draw ABCD trapezium. So A, B, C and D, it is a trapezium. Okay, so ABCD is a trapezium in which AB is parallel to DC. So AB, it is parallel to DC. Okay, these two are parallel, and BD is a diagonal. So BD is a diagonal. Okay, and E is the midpoint of AD. E is midpoint of AD. So let us take this as midpoint. Okay. A line is drawn through E parallel to AB. A line is drawn through E parallel to AB. Okay. Let me draw a line parallel to AB. Okay. It is drawn parallel to AB. Intersecting BC at F. So it is intersecting BC at F. Now show that F is the midpoint of BC. Show that F is the midpoint of BC. Okay, it's fine. So here midpoint, parallel. So where did we see that? In midpoint theorem. So let us take, what did I tell you? The midpoint theorem is, if the line joining the midpoints of any two sides will be parallel to the third side, right? Now what is the converse of it? The converse of it is that if a line is parallel to one side, if a line, what is the converse? So this is a triangle. If a line is parallel to one side and is passing through, this is midpoint, and it is passing through midpoint of another line, then it bisects the third side. That means these two are equal. So that means this point also results in midpoint. This is the converse of it. Okay, understood? So now let us see in this given diagram. So it is a midpoint and EF is parallel to AB. He said draw a line EF parallel to AB. Now let me start. What is given? Given that AB is parallel to DC and E is midpoint. Now what did we do? What we have drawn? Draw EF parallel to AB. Is it right? And AB is parallel to DC. From one, this is 1 and this is 2. So from 1 and 2, AB is parallel to DC, and here in the same way AB is parallel to EF. That means EF is parallel to DC. Is it right? So this we got. So keep it in mind. And now after that, in triangle DAB. Now in triangle DAB, E is what? E is midpoint of AB. And next one, E, let us say it intersects at G. And EG is parallel to AB. EG means EF, right? F is parallel to AB. So by converse of, I am writing in shortcut, midpoint theorem. You don't write it if it comes in examination, okay? You have to write it in full form. By converse of midpoint theorem, so G is what? G is midpoint of DB. Understood? Let us take this as fourth equation. So fourth statement. Now in triangle, what is this triangle? DBC. In triangle DBC. So DBC, what is G? Midpoint of G is midpoint of DB. So we got it from fourth one. Understood? And also GF, that means EF is parallel to DC. Why? Because EF is parallel to DC from third. So EF is parallel to DC. This is from fourth statement and this is from third statement. So G is midpoint and EF is parallel to DC. So what will you write? By converse of midpoint theorem. By converse of midpoint theorem, this is midpoint and this is parallel to DC. So what happens by converse of midpoint theorem? It bisects the third side. That means it bisects the third side. BF is equal to CF. That means what? F is midpoint of BC. This is what you have to prove. Is it right, my dear students? Everybody understood? See, NCRT, CBSE in CBSE curriculum, they will give you questions from even outside of the textbook or from the textbook. The only motive of CBSE is to check whether you understood the concept or not. Understood? Got it, my dear students? They are not here to confuse you. They just want to check whether the concepts what you have learned, are you able to apply it in real life situations or not, or to prove the given statements or not. That means whenever a problem is given, it revolves around the theorems and concepts which you have studied in CBSE textbook. I got it, my dear students. So don't panic, focus on concepts and also the theorems, and you have to keep them in mind, and whenever a problem is asked, check in those theorems and concepts. You will be able to solve the problems whether they come from textbook or from outside of the textbook. Got it, my dear students? So after watching this video, please pause and do it by yourself, because whenever you listen to the explanation of mathematics from any teacher, not only from me, from any teacher, it looks very easy. But when you try to solve it by yourself on the paper, it becomes little bit difficult. Okay, because you will not be able to recall it. So once you watch, you practice then and there itself, you will be able to get the concept and you will be able to solve the problem. Understood, my dear students? So let us go to the next problem. So fifth problem, in a parallelogram ABCD. So there is a parallelogram ABCD. A, B, C and D. Okay. So ABCD. E and F are midpoints of AB and CD respectively. So E is midpoint of AB and F is midpoint of CD. Students, whenever you read a question, so please please draw the diagram or the figure, okay, then you will understand the concept. Show that the line segments AF and EC trisect the diagonal BD. Okay, show that the line segments AF means join A and F. After that, EC, E and C. So EC trisect the diagonal BD. So let us take this as diagonal BD. So what is the meaning of bisect? So dividing it into two equal parts. So trisect means dividing it into three equal parts. That means these three parts should be equal. So let us say that the points where it is intersecting is this point, let us take it as X, and this point let me take it as Y. So that means what you have to show? We have to show that dx is equal to xy is equal to by. Got it, my dear students? So see, midpoints and parallelogram, also the same concept, right? So first let us take any triangle your wish. So see, since you have to show these parts are equal, so try to find out something a triangle with respect to these sides. Okay, so let us take this one. So what is this? Is it a triangle? Are you able to visualize it? So let me draw some more. Okay, are you able to visualize? Yes. Is it a triangle? So this one. Yes, it is a triangle. And why did I choose this triangle? Because E is a midpoint. Okay. And what we have to see here? So what you are supposed to see, this is a midpoint, but we have to prove that these two are parallel, right? Then only we can say that Y is a midpoint. So if Y is a midpoint, I can say that XY is equal to YB. But before that, I have to prove that these two are parallel. Okay. So that means how to prove? Okay, now understood. See, in a parallelogram, since ABCD is a parallelogram, what is given? ABCD is a parallelogram, right? ABCD is a parallelogram. So that means what, my dear students? E is midpoint and F is midpoint. That means that implies AB is equal to CD, right? AB is equal to CD. Opposite sides are equal. And what is E? E is midpoint. So can I take it as half AB is equal to half CD? Is it right? If AB is equal to CD and half of AB is equal to half of CD or not? Yes. So that implies, what do I need here? AE and FC. So, and also let me write it as AB is parallel to CD. So that implies half AB. Can I write it as AE? AE is equal to what is this? CF. A is equal to CF and AB is parallel to CD. That means AE is also parallel to CF. Is it right? Now, what is AECF? It is a quadrilateral. So, in quadrilateral, opposite sides are equal and parallel. So, therefore, what? AECF is a parallelogram. So if AECF is a parallelogram, so what do you say about AF and EC? Are they parallel? So that implies AF is parallel to CE. Understood? Let us take it as first equation. So now we got AX is parallel to EY. Is it right? Now let us see in triangle. Now in triangle, what is this triangle? ABX. In triangle ABX. ABX, E is what? E is midpoint of AB and AX is parallel to EY and AX is parallel to EY from first equation. Is it right? Therefore, so by converse of midpoint theorem, by converse of midpoint theorem, by converse of midpoint theorem, so what happens? E is midpoint, so therefore F is also midpoint, Y is also midpoint of the third side. What is this side? BX. So Y is midpoint of BX. That means what? That implies Y is midpoint of BX. So that implies BY is equal to XY. Let us take it as second equation. Okay. In the same manner, now let us see about dx and xy. So what is the triangle? Can you figure out a triangle which is with respect to, which is included by dx and xy? Is this a triangle? Does it look like a triangle? Yes, it looks like a triangle, and also F is midpoint, and also just now we got that these two lines are parallel. Is it right? The same. Now in triangle DCY, F is midpoint of DC, okay, and Fx is parallel to Cy. fx is parallel to cy. So by converse of midpoint theorem, x is midpoint of dy. So that implies x is dx is equal to xy or yx. Is it right? Let me take it as third equation. So dx is equal to yx, and here by is equal to xy or yx, both are same. So that means from 2 and 3, by is equal to xy is equal to dx. Understood? So that means that implies if these three parts are equal, so that means AF and CE trisects DB. That implies AF and CE trisects DB. Got it, my dear students? Very simple. So please, the same thing I just want to repeat. I just want to tell you, watch this video if you are unable to understand it, and repeat the problems, and mostly whatever problems comes for any examination, maybe it PT3 or finals or PT1, wherever it is. If you are able to understand these concepts, inshallah you will be you can do all the problems. Got it, my dear students? So please share it to your friends, and if you understand the concepts and if it is beneficial for you, like and also share it to your friends, and subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon. Why? It is not the regular statements. Please like, share and subscribe, because press the bell icon, because whenever I upload a video based explaining the concepts or how to solve the given problem or how to prove the statements, you will come to know and you will get to know through notifications. Okay. And what else, my dear students? Practice. Mathematics is a subject. Until and unless you practice, you cannot do the problems. Understood or not? You cannot do it. You may understand while listening to the explanations of various teachers, but when you are doing it, you will not be able to do. You will not be able to solve the problems in a stepwise manner. And if you have any doubt, please comment, and I will explain it in more detail. And the next thing is, if you have any doubt, please share it to please send it to my WhatsApp. I'll go through it and I'll explain. Okay, take care. Bye.